Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of WNBA Today. And we will once again be talking about how the league is disrespecting Caitlin Clark, taking cheap shots. She's the best player
Andy,
in the league by far. What?
this is sports talk.
What?
This is sports talk.
Oh, this is the high school sports show.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Sorry,
Yeah, we
sorry.
talk about all the area athletes.
Oh, sorry. This is sport. Yes. Oh, yes. This is Andy Cutzinger. Welcome to Sports Talk Live, Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk. Apologies, getting my hip podcast mixed up. You know, while we're here on Sports Talk, let me just tell you, on any podcast, on any platform, we're always powered by Fairway Food Stores and all of the ads you see below right here. And we're double powered when Hunter's not here because he's out having kids. Congratulations to Hunter having a baby. Beautiful baby boy. And you know what? You know something about beautiful baby boys? You know who used to be a beautiful baby boy? Myself, Hunter, Alex, all three of us. And now we got one more in the squad. Now we got a
We
Mount
did.
Rushmore of Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk. Uh, anyway, we're going to talk a little high school baseball, softball. And by we're, I mean me and Alex. Alex, you can chip in anytime. Maybe we'll do an AMA at the end of this
Yeah.
because I'll do big school baseball, softball. Alex, what should we go with? Should we go baseball first?
Yeah, let's do
Do a
baseball.
little baseball. I'm going to tell you how the baseball standings are going in the Southeast Conference, all right? Because we got a race, and two of the top two teams, by the way, I'm wearing this hat because my water's out. I don't really like wearing hats. My hair's not good, but you guys are going to be able to see the real me. You guys are going to see not me in the makeup chair. I had no water today. This is the real me talking a little baseball. Mount Pleasant and Fairfield, first and second after 5 games in the Southeast Conference baseball season. I was on hand last week to watch Mount Pleasant beat Washington in 3 games, including the one that we haven't talked about is Thursday. Because no, actually, that's not true. We didn't talk about any of them because they happened on Tuesday night and Thursday. Last week is when the SEC started. Mount Pleasant over Washington 4-1, 13-12, and 8-1. The game to watch of those 3 was the second one. Late night on Tuesday night at Maple Leaf Athletic Complex, Mount Pleasant erased a 7-run lead or 7-run deficit in the bottom of the 7th. Zach Newton tied the game with a 2-run double, and the Panthers in the 8th inning win on a crazy little error. Payson Coleman was up to bat. His brother Cooper was on second base. Tried to bunt single down the first base line, and Caleb Zaglaski, who had come in for Washington and who had kind of gotten the Demons out of trouble to where they even could survive until extra innings, chases the ball down, flips it to first, and created a little collision between first baseman Cale Williams and Payson Coleman. Ball slips away. Cooper Coleman scores, and Mount Pleasant won that one. So they went 3-0 against Washington, and then yesterday they swept Keokuk 7-1 and 13-3. JC Sitar had 5 RBIs in one of those 2 games. So the Mount Pleasant Panthers 5-0. They are at the top of the SEC baseball standings. But look who's breathing down their neck. The team that I saw last night, the Fairfield Trojans, and I saw them play defending SEC champion Burlington. And by the way, Fairfield went 2-1 last week against Fort Madison. Actually, a walk-off scored by Kason Miller off the bat of Caden Allison in game 3 last Thursday. So they were 2-1 coming into this one. Burlington was 2-1 coming into this, and Mount Pleasant was 3-0 coming into this one. Drink time. So these guys were at the top, tied for second. Trojans dominate game 1, 11-1. Dane Burkhart was pretty much untouchable on the mound. A little bit touchable, obviously. They got 1 run. But the offense was on fire. And then in game 2, Burlington up 8-2. And much like the Panthers did last week against Washington, Fairfield storms all the way back from 6 down to win 12-9. Aiden Kruger got the win on the mound in that, and he also had 5 RBIs for the Trojans. So Panthers 5-0, Fairfield 4-1. Burlington dumped down to 2-3. Fort Madison has now slipped into 3rd place because the old Washington Demons couldn't get one over the Bloodhounds last night. I'll tell you what, Washington plays in so many close games. And another crazy one, we don't have the line score on this one yet, but a 14-10 loss last night in game 1 against Fort Madison. So that one was that's got to be a tough one to take. You score 10 runs. And, we said that that Washington scored 12 against Mount Pleasant the other day and didn't win. So it just seems like the Demons haven't put together the offense and the defense. They've had really good pitching performances, and they've had some offense, but hasn't quite happened for the Washington Demons. They lose 14-10 and 5-1. They are now 0-5. They're one game behind Keokuk, who's 1-4. So Demons have to figure it out on the baseball diamond a little bit. But you know what? Not all is bleak in summer sports in Washington, Iowa, because the Southeast Conference softball standings are starting to take shape a little bit, and there's 2 5-0 teams. Washington and Burlington have taken the reins so far in the SEC Softball League. The Demons win 10-2 and 10-3 over Fort Madison last night. They had previously beaten Mount Pleasant 13-0, 13-1, and 13-1 last year. They've got 3 starting pitchers that are just been, or last week, got 3 starting pitchers in Bella Salazar, Hallie Cutterback, and Colby Griner, who have been pretty much untouchable. They all picked up wins against Mount Pleasant last week. And then last night, Salazar and Griner, I believe, were in the circle for the 9th ranked in Class 3A. No, Cutterback pitched 3 innings in Game 2 here for the 9th ranked Washington Demons. So, as I said, Demons 5-0. Last night, Burlington, who's also 5-0, was in Fairfield. Burlington is stacked this year. When Burlington and Washington play, it's going to be electric. But let me tell you, after a 13-0 loss in Game 1, Fairfield played the Greyhounds pretty darn good in Game 2. Leah Helmick held that Burlington lineup to just 2 runs all game, but the Trojans only score 1. 2-1 game. Burlington scored 2 of their runs, both their runs in the first inning, and Fairfield was able to score 1 in the bottom of the 5th. But they just couldn't get more runs across. Trojans are struggling to put runs across the plate because they only scored 1 in those 14 innings last night. Fairfield had previously beaten Iowa City West for their 2nd win of the year. But conference-wise, they are 0-5 now. Burlington is 5-0. And Fairfield is actually tied at 0-5 with Mount Pleasant, which took a couple of tough ones last night against Keokuk. Team that I think that Mount Pleasant could beat this year, but a 6-2 loss in Game 1. Sorry, a 5-3 loss in Game 1 and a 6-2 loss in Game 2. That 5-3 loss, Mount Pleasant had come back to cut that thing to 4-3 in the top of the 6th. It looked like that might have been the time to do it. Maya Starr looks like she pitched a pretty good game. This is in Keokuk in that game, but only 3 hits in that game for Mount Pleasant. I believe that is Game 1. Yes, Ada Wood started for Keokuk, 16 strikeouts. She is good, just a junior, and she's been one of their best players for a long time now. So that was tough. And then you'd think maybe when Wood is not pitching in Game 2, Mount Pleasant could get something going. But despite a couple of hits from freshman Peyton Insminger playing her second day of softball this summer, a 6-2 loss for the Panthers. So let me just recap you here the SEC softball standings. Burlington and Washington both 5-0. Fort Madison 3-2, Keokuk 2-3, and then Fairfield and Mount Pleasant both 0-5. Now there will be a rematch of all those showdowns last night in both baseball and softball tomorrow night, and it's flipped it on you. So Mount Pleasant was in Keokuk. Now they'll play in Mount Pleasant, both baseball and softball. Washington hosted Fort Madison, so now they'll go to Fort Madison. These are only 1-gamers, though, into the series. And Fairfield will be on their way to Burlington. So there we go. That's how the SEC is looking right now in summer sports. When we get back from commercial break, we're going to look at the small schools. How about that? And Hunter still won't be here. So all you Hunter stands out there, I know there's a lot of you. Stick with me. His spirit is still here. We'll see you after the commercial break.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Great food from the North Village or the Log Village. Plus, learn how to square dance over at the Dance Bar. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. August 29th through September 2nd in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, fans, to Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk. Hey, we have a celebrity endorsement on our Twitter, at Union Sports page. Please, right now, you're going to stop what you're doing. You're going to go to X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Trying to try and call it X. Follow us at Union Sports page. You know that? Because we tweet out scores. We receive tweets from scores or retweet it. Then you know what happens before you even read the stinking newspaper or watch this show. We had a celebrity endorser give us a nice special video today. So you better check that out. We're powered by Fairway as always, and we're going to get into some small school baseball. We'll let the boys go first. We'll let the fellas go first. One of our teams was at a pretty historic baseball field, Mount Rushmore baseball fields. Here we go. Wrigley Field, obviously. Fenway Park. Yankee Stadium, the old one. And the Field of Dreams in Dyersville. That's where Winfield Mount Union was at. Winfield Mount Union / Columbus. Now, let me tell you guys, and I apologize to our producer that I just moved the camera. The Wolves were playing a pretty darn good Notre Dame team, a team that has not lost. Notre Dame 12-0 over the Wolves. Riley Kalberg and Lane Ginkinger get hits on that one, and Cale Phillips threw a nice 4 innings for the Wolves, but that is a loss for WMU on the baseball field. And then the next day, that was last Wednesday. A couple days later, 10-0 winners over Loiza Muscatine, Riley Kalberg with a one-hit shutout in that one. How about the Hillcrest Academy Ravens in an extra innings game, beating Pekin 8-4? That went all the way to the 9th inning. 9 innings. You paid for that one. You got the same you pay for MLB game. Pekin actually came all the way back from 3 down to tie it in the 7th, and then Hillcrest scored 4 in the top of the 9th. And then another game, by the way, there was a lot of games last week. Pekin has also played Lone Tree last weekend. A 24-4 win for the Panthers. Ran roughshod on Cal Miller with a 4 RBI day. Sven Dahlstrom went 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Elijah Brock and Nolan Glick both with 3 RBIs. The Highland Huskies fall to Grandview Christian 15-5. How about this one? Keota 14, New London 10. My old teammate Dakota McCombs coaches the Eagles to a high-scoring win over the Tigers. Cole Kindred had a homer and 4 RBIs. I don't know if that was a grand slam. Have to find some game film or something. It kind of seems like it because he was only 1 for 5, but could have had like a RBI granddad or something like that that would have juiced those RBIs. Brandon Ritchie 1 for 3 with a triple and 2 RBIs for New London. The ball was flying across the ballpark. And then New London in West Burlington wins 10-6 the next day. Couple doubles for Mr. Memphis Watson. Had a couple RBIs as well. Van Buren County falls 5-4 to Mediapolis. Tough one there. Mid Prairie 8-2 over West Branch. Golden Hawks still dominating. Bowen Burmeister with a 3 RBI night. And Albia over Cardinal 3-1. Cardinal did beat Sheraton in a actually Cardinal beat Sheraton the night after Sheraton beat Fairfield last week in non-conference play. So Comets have gotten 1 win. It's an SCC win. That's a good win, but the Comets fall to Albia 3-1. Brody Phillips had the only hit, and Caden Courtney had a nice outing. A complete game, only gave up 3 hits. Now, as we did with Washington, let's jump straight from Cardinal baseball to a little Cardinal softball, because let me tell you guys, the past 2 years we've been hyping up Cardinal softball and saying that's one of our best teams, our top teams that might get to state, and they are red hot to start the season. Cardinal goes and plays Albia, a state qualifier from last year. Number 13th ranked Albia. And by the way, Cardinals played a few ranked teams this year. Their 3rd win over a ranked opponent this season, 3-2 over the Blue Demons. Nicole McClure, another gem in the circle, gave up just 2 runs. Emma Becker, who's been red hot there at the top of that lineup, couple hits. And Cynthia Albert and Autumn Smith both knock-in runs. Then Cardinal goes and beats Oskaloosa in 9 innings, 4-3. Emma Becker, 3 hits and an RBI. Summer LaRue with double and couple RBIs. Cardinal does fall to Pella the next time out, so they couldn't have a 3-0 stretch there. But the Comets, you got to rank the Comets. They play in one of the best softball conferences, and they are doing a pretty darn good job. They also beat Sheraton the other day, so good start for Cardinal in the SCC. In the River Valley, Mid Prairie falls 5-0 to Wilton, and then the next day they lost to that Burlington team that just played Fairfield last night. Mid Prairie lost 11-0 to Burlington. Keota in another super high-scoring game, 26-9. Montezuma beats Keota 26-9. So the Eagles score 9 runs, but couldn't get the win on that one. New London falls to Holy Trinity 6-1. New London then falls to West Burlington 13-2. And guess what, guys? The Tigers actually led both of these teams, pretty good teams in both of those games, but the defense couldn't hold in those ones. How about the Van Buren County Warriors walking off the Mediapolis Bullets? Callie Crack with a 2-for-4 day, couple RBIs. Van Buren County then beats Holy Trinity 8-1. Ashlyn Huff goes 5-for-5. That's 5 times up and 5 hits, everybody. Double and an RBI. Kylie Rowan also knocked in a couple. And for the first time since 2016, the Winfield Mount Union and Waco softball rivalry was renewed. Winfield Mount Union, 13, Waco 0. And I remember Waco kids were playing with Columbus for the longest time. That rivalry is back on, and the Wolves take round 1 of phase 2 of the Wolves-Warriors softball rivalry. Micaiah Lower, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Hillcrest Academy played Waco 13-1. Hillcrest Academy has some sort of an offense this year. Couple RBIs a couple hits and an RBI from Delaney Shaw, Claire Withrow, and Malia Yor, each knocking 1. Let me tell you, when you got those 3 girls just like their basketball team, you're going to win a good amount of games. Hillcrest Academy 19-6 winners over Pekin. They only had a few innings to score all 19 of those runs. Yoder 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs in that one. Highland gets walked off by Wapello despite a really good outing by Grace Pribel, who strikes out 10. That was an extra inning game. Actually went 8 innings. So she pitched 7.2 innings. But the only hit of the day went to Sarah Burton. She also stole a base and scored a run, but that was all the hits the Huskies would get. And Columbus falls to Wapello 12-1, despite a 2-for-3 day from Kennedy Woping. And she and Lily Coyle both had an RBI. So some wins, some losses, no ties, not a lot of rainouts. Good news early in the, I don't know, what do you call it? Early in the season? Yeah, early in the season. That's what you call one of these things. When a bunch of teams get together and they all have teams and then they put together a schedule. That's called the season. And let me just we talked about the SEC games coming up on Thursday. Let me just see what's going on tonight in the Southeast Iowa Super Conference for you guys. How about that? Lone Tree is at Waco. So anybody wants to see that Waco softball team play a little softball in their own house. Haven't had that many games so far this season at Waco, but they'll play Lone Tree. Looks like we've got Winfield Mount Union heading to Wapello, Columbus and Highland. What a rivalry that is. A couple of our best players in the entire stinking area play for those two teams. Van Buren County's hosting West Burlington, Notre Dame. Hillcrest Academy is going to Louisa Muscatine. We got Central Lee playing at New London. And Central City will be at Pekin. So a full slate of games going on in the super duper duper conference. That's it for the B block. We don't have anything left sports wise. So Alex and I are going to do a little Ask Me Anything for about 5 minutes when we get back. So stay with us. Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk. Stacey.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers and sellers, to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity, line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk Live, coming at you from an undisclosed location in Southeast Iowa. I'm still Andy Krutzinger. We still don't have Hunter.
No Little Hunter.
Or Little Hunter. who I forgot. So we're gonna do 4 minutes. Producer Alex,
Ask you
ask
questions.
me in the world of sports and in the world of life, pop culture. I'm gonna do my best to answer
What's your
people.
favorite sport to cover?
A lot of people ask me that. Football when it's warm. Everyone cares about football. Everyone gets hyped.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, probably basketball because you get to be inside. It's quick, you know. Basketball's just fun. Game-winning shots, dunks, all that stuff. Pretty easy to take pictures of. You get better pictures than basketball. Or if it's like a perfect day, like 75 degrees, tennis and soccer because you're just chilling. I like to just chill.
You just like
I
to chill.
chill like Phil Morseville. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite high school team?
My favorite high school team would be the Sheraton Chargers because that's who I played for. But then right after that, like actually kind of tied between them, are it's actually a multi-way tie between Mount Pleasant, Fairfield, Washington, Pekin, Hillcrest Academy, Waco, Winfield, Mount Union, Keota, Mid Prairie, Cardinal, New London. Did I miss any? Columbus. I think I got everyone right.
Nice. What team is
Van
your
Buren
hat?
County. What?
What team is your hat?
This is Chicago Cubs who were doing great this year until we let Angel Reese throw out the first pitch, and now we're on a huge slump.
Ooh. Okay. So you're a Chicago fan, right? So you're a Bears fan, a Cubs fan.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you what. I
Is there
love
a
the
reason?
Bears. Chicago Bears, love them. Chicago Cubs, love them. Chicago Blackhawks, love them. Chicago Bulls, love them. Chicago Sky, my least favorite athletic team on the history of this earth. That's the one that Angel Reese plays for.
Do you have a reason for liking Chicago teams?
Just Midwest, and Midwest. My family all loved Chicago. When I was little, BJ Armstrong, who was an Iowa Hawkeye, played for the Bulls, the best
The Bulls?
in the Michael Jordan days. So I'm all Chicago, man, besides the Sky.
Do you remember
Big
Michael
props.
Jordan playing?
Oh, yeah. See, I was born in 1990, so he played for the Bulls till 98 and then played for the Wizards after that. So I was 7 or 8. I was already a sports fan. So I actually remember watching his last game with the Bulls. I remember sitting there on my living room floor watching. We have it on VCR. I distinctly remember that whole month of because that was like the NBA was anything and everything. There's really no internet to goof around on. All anyone did was just sit around by the TV and wait for the next NBA game to come on.
Okay. So Union Sports Talk, obviously your top sports talk show ever, but if it didn't exist, what would be the sports talk show that you would want to be on? Or any talk show you would want to be on?
So any talk show?
Mm-hmm.
I like the Barstool Yak and Barstool Pardon My Take. Those are probably
Okay.
top two. Just funny ones. I like it when people let their hair down, like we do a
Yeah.
little bit on this show. When I was a little kid, I liked Around the Horn, but What?
Is that the
I
one?
mean, I love Pat McAfee. Shout out. I almost actually tweeted out Pat McAfee and invited him on the show today. He probably would have accepted because he got a little heat for defending Caitlin Clark the other day. And so I like him just because, he's on my side.
He's defending Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
about
there's two kinds of people. It's no longer like Democrats or Republicans or, left-handers or right-handers or people who like blue and people who like red. It's all Caitlin Clark defenders. And then anyone who's with us or anyone who isn't with us is against us. So I put them in this hand, which is Chicago Sky Simps.
What about the WHO boys?
Oh, yes. Keith Murphy and Andy Fales, love them. And Mr. Soundoff.
You wouldn't want to be in their
Mr.
show?
Soundoff what?
You wouldn't want to be on their show?
I would like to, yes. If they'd have me, I'd definitely be on their show.
Okay, I think we're reaching 30.
Oh, and I like Round Guy Radio, which I'll be on after this break today. So.
Okay, we're at our time.
We're out of time. Great AMA. Can I do 2 questions for you, AMA?
Yeah, you can do 2 questions for me.
All right, I want you to put yourself in the world of a women's basketball player, and you're the teammate of someone who's like the best player ever, and they just keep getting clotheslined and hit. Would you step up for it, or would you just look the other way?
I'll probably look the other way. I'm a lover, not a fighter,
All right, I like that. And question number 2 would be if you could be stranded on a desert island with any of these 3 people.
Okay.
Who would you pick? Number 1, Little Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, we're going to go with Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
Or number 3, we're going to go with President Jimmy Carter, except you'd have to he's like 99, 100 years old, so you'd kind of have to be taking care of him a little bit.
Okay, so Little Hunter, good choice, but he is an inanimate object, so he doesn't really provide much other than a cuddly guy.
No conversation.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter, I don't really want to be taking care of somebody. And Alec Baldwin did shoot somebody, but I did like him in 30 Rock, so I'm gonna go with Alec. I'm gonna go with Alec Baldwin.
I like that. You could have the more conversations, but
there's a lot more conversation there.
As long as he's unarmed, right?
Yeah. Close second is Little Hunter, though.
Yeah, so Jimmy Carter's number 3.
Yeah, I just don't want to be taking care of him. I feel like there's not much conversation that's going to go on there.
No, he'd just be talking about peanuts and crap.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter always talking about peanuts.
Always talking about peanuts. He used to be a peanut farmer.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, I'm allergic to peanuts, so you can't eat any peanuts near me.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter, definitely number 3 in that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good. Now we've had a double at AMA. Hey, everybody come back next week, despite the fact that Hunter's still probably not going to be here. Maybe he will be. Maybe he'll get tired of the baby life. Maybe he'll bring the baby. No, he probably won't. But, well, maybe we get him on Zoom with the baby. Anyway, a lot of stuff happening next week. Also, watch News Break coming up later, depending on when you're watching this. See you next week.